I'd like to start with a question first because we're very, very close to the break and I guess that people are very tired. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, now I can hear myself as well now. That's good. Can I ask how many of you are aware of Binance? How many of you have heard the name of Binance before? Okay, I'm very humbled. How many of you have Binance accounts and trade on Binance? Okay, now I'm worried. You will be a very tough audience. Well, thank you very much for coming over here tonight, and thanks to Francesco and to the organizers for inviting us over. We're extremely happy to be here and to meet such a big community. We do have presence in Italy. We have a couple of wonderful angels whom I don't see in the audience at the moment, which is strange. Oh, there they are. And we do have a community manager based in Italy. And we are organizing local meetups. One of them is going to be at the end of November, so we advise you, and we don't advise you, we invite you to come over and to meet us on our local meetup in Milan. And today I'm going to talk about the Binance ecosystem, which I guess you're very, very familiar with. But I'm going to touch a few notes on something that we don't talk much about, which is the Fiat Exchange, which we have recently launched, and the Fiat Exchanges that we're about to launch very, very soon. So, you know how Binance started, right? More than 1 year and 4 months ago, we were just an ICO and just a white paper of a couple of people who were mad believers in the blockchain industry. One of them is very, very famous today. This is our CEO, Changpeng Zhao, also known as CZ. So when CZ wrote the white paper and when he met the co-creators of the Binance project, neither he nor anybody else envisioned that in less than 2 years' time, we would become the biggest crypto exchange in trading volumes in the world. And this was surely a very good result for us, but while we were growing very, very fast, what we realized is that we couldn't have done so without first the user base and without offering a very strong and secure place for those users to interact. We practically made a wish list to remain on the top because, you know, it's like in sports. When you're on the top, it's mostly a responsibility and a lot of hard work to keep you on the top. So what we have wished for while we were creating the product is to have a fast and secure platform, to have one that lists only top quality projects that people are able to interact with, to provide liquidity for the market, because let's face it, the cryptocurrency market wouldn't exist without it, to be able to be user-friendly and to come across multiple platforms so that users can use us freely, to educate our society, because in order for people to enter the blockchain industry and to trade cryptos, they have to know more about it. We also want to engage with our community, and this is, for example, the job of our fantastic people here in Italy, who organize the meetups, who hold a Binance Telegram group where they answer any questions you may have about the product. We want to be very open with the community. We want to be transparent when we communicate, which means that whenever you ask us questions, we actually reply as open as possible, and we try to engage you with clear and transparent information about the cryptocurrency world today and about the blockchain system. So this is a very arduous wish list. And let me show you very, very quickly what do we do in order to support it. Well, being fast and secure is certainly a very difficult task, which is done by the engineers of Binance. And currently we have more than 7 million users on the platform. That requires a lot of technical work around the security. And I'm sure that as users of Binance, you have felt that your funds are very secure. We have people from over 180 countries and regions. Binance caters for adoption of the crypto. We accept everybody who wants to come on the platform, and we help them to trade. We currently process around 1.4 million transactions per second. That's a very, very fast infrastructure, and there is a whole team behind it that makes sure nothing goes wrong. Well, I rarely see companies that are very proud with negative numbers, but the less than 3% acceptance rate comes for the ICOs who come to list our tokens. Although we love new projects and we have a very large team that reviews all the new coins out there, we are very proud to say that we only list tokens who are worthwhile of trading. What we want to make sure is that when owners of ICOs come to us and they pitch their product and they want their coins to be listed, we know that there is something for the community out there. We seek for founders who have the same ethical background as we do. We seek for people who will stick to the project and who will not only invest in marketing, but would actually invest in this product happening and making some good for the community. We currently have, actually I apologize for that number, it's not circa 100, it's more than 150 listed assets on Binance, and we continue our hard work to list only the valuable coins out there. So currently, as I said, liquidity is key for the market, and if you look at the market cap of the cryptocurrencies, you could see that it's only a tiny fraction of the whole market cap of fiat currencies, but Binance still provides more than 50% of the liquidity on the crypto market of the majority of listed coins. We come across multiple platforms, and I'm very happy to say that recently we relaunched the Apple application, which was missing for a while from the Apple Store. But now iPhone users can safely trade on their iPhones as well. We have our websites in 13 languages, and we actually support those 13 languages. We employ people across the world. We're very decentralized, so we have guys sitting in pretty much any country that you can imagine. These people speak your local language, and they're very, very happy to help you and support you. We have a very awesome customer support. 80% of all the inquiries that we receive, and trust me, they are a lot, are resolved within 24 hours, and 95% of the people say that they're very, very happy with the way their issue has been resolved. We educate the society because in order to drive adoption, you need to have people who understand what the blockchain is, who understand how mining works, who understand the projects that they want to invest in. You probably have been on the website already and you have seen the Binance Academy part. Well, this is where you can see a lot of educational videos, not only about cryptocurrencies, but also about how to trade on Binance, or what blockchain is, what a coin burn is when it comes to Binance, and different interesting topics, which are actually equally valuable for both crypto enthusiasts and people who are new to the blockchain industry. We also have a project that aims at educating people who trade. This is the Binance Info project. And probably some of you who wanted to invest in new coins have had a look around the platform, where we provide very valuable information about the market. We take different projects, currently over 1,400, and we list everything possible about the project, the market, the founders, what are the market rates currently. We don't use only our own resource, but we actually invite the industry to cut into these statistics so that we can make worthwhile review of any coin that we list. And well, last but not least, we do engage with the community. We hold regular meetups. We provide monthly updates for how Binance is doing. We also provide quarterly updates. You have probably seen the coin burn updates, where we tell you how many coins we have burnt and how would that affect you. Anything that you want to know about the company is usually published on the website, or you can definitely ask any one of our staff. We have a lot of social followers, and we're very happy about it. Probably the numbers have risen ever since I put them on this slide. However, more than 700,000 social media followers is something that we're very proud of. We communicate a lot via Telegram with our users and with anyone who wants to know more about Binance. So here in Italy, you can join the Binance Italy Telegram group, which is currently managed by Lucia on the back over there. So I strongly encourage you that you go and contact her and become part of the Binance ecosystem. So this is just a glimpse of the many monthly reports that we are issuing. And I want to talk a little bit more about the exchanges. Why the exchange? Well, because us creating an exchange is not just, it's not luck, it's not simply an ICO, it's not a white paper. It actually comes for a reason. I'm not sure how many of you know about CZ, but previously he has been employed by Bloomberg for 5 years. And he was one of the guys who was part of the team who built the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Our top core team members, are actually people who know a lot about exchanges. They're the ones who created the matching system. They're the ones who made Binance so secure. These are people who know how exchanges work and who know what they need to make in order to make Binance great. And creating the exchange allowed us to actually have many more arms in Binance to help us drive adoption. Currently, our cryptocurrency exchange has more than 7 million users, but we have launched something more interesting, which you probably have read about. It's the first Binance crypto to Fiat Exchange. It has been launched in Uganda, and I'll explain later on why Uganda out of all countries. And before we even started the website, we had more than 40,000 people already registering to use the service. Now, my Italian is very rusty. However, I have overheard a couple of guys before me speak about anti-money laundering rules, about GDPR, about regulations in Europe and across the world. One of the key aspects of running a fiat exchange is that you have to comply with these laws. I personally come from such background, so I am actually the person taking care of compliance around Europe. And I can tell you, launching an exchange, a fiat to crypto exchange, is not an easy business, so kudos to everybody who managed to do that. What we have tried to comprise with the Binance Uganda Exchange is actually driving adoption to financial services to a region where people don't have access to it. Less than 20% of the people in Uganda have bank accounts. If you try and register on the Uganda Exchange, you will notice that the only way for you to top up your exchange account would be you can either send cryptos, which you probably have, or you can send mobile money. Mobile money is the most popular form of currency in Uganda. And it's people sending SMSs, which translate into money, which we credit to their accounts. Usually, when you launch a fiat exchange, you need banks, right? And I overheard the first speaker saying that the banks would be probably mostly used when you top up your cryptocurrency exchange account. And for the time being, bankers are right. Everybody needs banking partners in order to launch a fiat exchange. And as I've mentioned previously, the current market cap of cryptocurrencies, which I think until last night was around 219 billion, is only a fraction of the market cap of fiat currencies. Clearly, to have more people entering the ecosystem, the blockchain ecosystem, you actually need a fiat gateway. You need people to be able to deposit money. This is what Binance is trying to achieve with the cryptocurrency exchanges that we're trying to launch. With Uganda, it's mobile money. However, with Malta, with Jersey, with Singapore, with the rest of the interesting projects we are about to launch, it's all about banks. People will be able to deposit money through banks, but for that, people have to comply with anti-money laundering regulations. And I don't want to speak about that. This is a rather dry topic. However, since we have to comply with AML laws around Europe, clearly the exchange will no longer be open to all countries around the world, right? You still have countries sanctioned by Donald Trump. You still have America forbidding us to transact with many of them. And these are users in the ecosystem who will not be able to use the exchange. However, even though we have to let some users go, we are hoping to increase the adoption yet because we are able to add fiat, which is a very, very strong instrument in the crypto world. And let's face it, the more people convert fiat to crypto, the bigger the crypto cap will become. So we are very much welcoming the banks to partnering us. And we want to ensure the banks that we actually are extremely familiar with regulations. Binance employs for their fiat to crypto exchanges primarily people who come from the financial services industries, people who come from banks, people like me who come from financial services, people who are aware how difficult and how responsible it is to run a financial, a legal, an authorized financial institution, which the exchange will be. So right now, a month ago, we have the exchange live, up and running in Uganda. We will soon have the exchange in Jersey, opening doors, and you will be able to deposit euros and GBPs to your Binance account and trade freely. And very, very soon afterwards, we're going to launch Singapore, probably not a very interesting region for most of us sitting in Europe, but I can tell you for Asia, it's quite an excitement. Any questions about our crypto to fiat exchanges, or overall are welcome after the presentation? Apologies, we seem to be going back. So very quickly, I'm going to introduce you to the other project. And one of my favorite ones is the Binance Labs. Binance Labs is an arm of Binance that helps us find founders Find founders who are like us. Find founders who like their projects, who have a running product, who have a live product, who have customers, and who just want to succeed, but they need a little bit of help. So we find those people, those young people who are the forefront of the ecosystem, and we support them through everything that they need. Finding them office spaces, funding, giving them good advice. Currently, we have launched a Binance Lab project out of San Francisco, which you would say is a very safe option. So in Silicon Valley, we have 10 companies that are sponsored by Binance and that have 2 months to develop their project and to launch a product live. Afterwards, we're going to help them fundraise and we're going to promote them to the world. The Launchpad is the favorite product of anyone who has ever run an ICO. The Launchpad team is the one that helps project owners who have already found a way, an idea for their project. They don't need a full support, however, they need certainly a stage to launch their project. So the Launchpad provides a fast track to anyone who wants to list their coin to be able to do so. Of course, to list your coin, Binance will make you go through a very rigid process where you have to explain who you are, where you have to stand up for your project so that we can list it. Binance Info, as I've mentioned, is the platform where you can find a lot of information about all the cryptocurrencies or most of the cryptocurrencies out there. Check it out if you really want to trade. Just look at the ratings, look at the information, because this is a cross-reference platform. It's not created only by specialists at Binance, it's actually created by the community. And as currently the biggest exchange by trading volume, we have the responsibility to be extremely transparent and to publish only information that we are sure of. The Blockchain Charity Foundation is a topic very favorable to many of us. And I think the Blockchain Charity Foundation first started with a vision that CZ had. And it was the following: he did not see enough transparency in charitable donations. You have heard many stories where people would donate money and then you don't know what happened to the money. We all know, I can see that you're experts, you know that the blockchain provides a transparent vehicle for charitable donations. It's actually a very, very good platform to adopt, to be able to link people who donate with the receivers of donations. What we have done recently is employing Helen Hai, whom some of you have probably met. Helen Hai is a Goodwill Ambassador of the United Nations. She is also a young leader of the World Economic Forum. Helen is heading the Binance Charity Foundation, and ever since she did so, we literally hit the ground running. We have the President of Malta sitting on our advisory board. We're working with the United Nations, we're working with the World Economic Forum, and we are currently able to disperse donations that would actually reach the beneficiaries we want them to reach. Binance Academy is a project that started sort of like an internal trading testing platform where we were creating videos for our users to be able to help them trade. Later on, we opened that platform to the community. And by opening it to the community, we got a lot of cool content. This is a platform where you can learn practically anything about the blockchain and about cryptocurrencies. There are very entertaining videos which you can watch. There is information that you can read. And this content has been provided not only by Binance, but also by people who cooperate with Binance. You can meet us anywhere around the world. I'm just going to give you a glimpse of very cool meetups that we have done, which were organized by our community managers and supported by the Angels of Binance. So this is a very funky meetup in Berlin. You see Guatemala, earlier Mexico, Korea, anywhere in the world, no matter where you sit, just join the group, reach out to Lucia, reach out to Alessandro, who is our angel, and it's very difficult not to notice him because he's rather tall. And join the community, join the meetup. Thank you very much.